Okay, so we talk a lot about Jinbe on this channel. I made a whole movie about how he's a terrible character. But in chapter 1170, something very funny happens. So we get an art request that features Jinbe as a station worker. And this is the first time that Jinbe is dressed resembling anything to do with transportation. At no other point in the manga or the anime does his usual design reflect that he has anything to do with any form of transportation, which is odd because, of course, he's the current helmsman of the Straw Hat Pirates. This takes me a bit aback because I've often criticized that it's weird that he's dressed in a robe most of the time, and that has nothing to do with helming a ship. This is odd because all the other characters have something in their designs that reflect back into their occupation, and we've talked about this several times. But what's also so interesting about this is that this has nothing to do with his original design at all, because what usually happens is that the supposed joke that I guess is being preserved about him remains consistent no matter what he is wearing. The joke is that he is named Jinbe. Part of the Japanese word for whale shark contains Jinbe, so he is a Jinbe, and then he's most of the time wearing a Jinbe, which is also a style of robe. So it's very funny that right here, we don't see any of that. He's wearing a shirt, he's wearing a vest, he's wearing a tie and a cap. This is the first time, too, he's actually wearing a hat. He never wears a hat. So this is all very interesting. Will this go anywhere? Probably not. Now, to grimly theorize about what this could possibly mean for the future, I could see that Jinbe sacrifices himself, providing safe passage to all the Straw Hats being depicted here. What's so interesting about this is that most of the Straw Hats being depicted here are children, except for Robin, who seems to be a young adult or a teenager. Frankie and Brooke are not here. Frankie and Brooke are the only two who are both similar to him in age and older than him, with Brooke being significantly older than him at being 90 years old, and Frankie being relative to him in age, only being 10 years younger than him, as Jinbe at this time is 46 and Frankie is 36. So I find that very interesting, and I wonder if this could mean anything in the future. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede works.